I just kind of wrap every session up with a message of positivity or, you know, maybe not always positivity, just thoughts that have come to mind since the last stream. And today I wanted to talk about advocating for yourself. I've mentioned it a couple times today that I've had some challenges dealing with my insurance company, with doctors, with a neurology clinic, with some of the specialists I've seen. I did have a heck of a time with my social worker and getting her to kind of understand where things were and what exactly was bugging me and what needed to be worked on. Because at first I just got this ACT handout and it was, pretty much handed to me and said, fill this out and we'll talk about it. And as I went through the motions, because that's something I'm really good at. If you give me something to do, I'll do it, whether I do it because I want to and there's value to it, or because I was told to do it. And I'm trying to break that habit, get away from just doing things to do them. And when I was given this booklet, I was able to fill out a lot of the stuff, but it wasn't really resonating with me. And this is where the whole idea of self advocacy started as well. I realized I wasn't going to get the help I needed from my social worker if I didn't have the proper conversations. And I did. And that kind of steered our sessions in a way that was a bit more productive to me. And by that, for self advocacy, what I really mean is no one knows what you need better than you do. Don't get me wrong, a doctor can tell you medications, and a social worker or a psychologist can give you exercises, but ultimately, you know what you need, whether it's in the moment, the future, whatever. You are aware of what is required for you to keep going on. So it's something I'm trying to really stick with is self-advocating, because people aren't gonna just stand up for me. You got to stand up for yourself. And yes, there will be people all the time who help you. You've got your friends, you've got your parents, your coworkers, your professionals, your doctors, and all that. But until you're ready to do it for yourself, it's very difficult for someone in that position to just step in and do it, right? And recognizing your well-being is your own responsibility as well. And that's not selfish. You need to worry about you first and foremost. Your health, your mental health, your state of being. Until you can get yourself to a place you need to be, it's very difficult to go and help others. And I know I'm probably going to sound like such a hypocrite saying that right now, because I'm not the best person I could be. But damn it, I'm struggling to get there. And a year ago at this time, I wasn't. I was happy to just be, to accept my disease for what it was, and to just let life do as it will. But I'm working past that because I know I can do more. I know I can be more. I know there's more in me to do, to give, to realize. So, again, if you're not going to stick up for yourself, you could be waiting a real long time for someone to come in and fill that role for you. And it may never happen. And when you speak up, make sure you represent your needs, your boundaries. Represent your worth. And talk to people the way you want to be talked to. There are times, and I'm guilty of it, that I've been a bit too aggressive. Especially dealing with my insurer right now, because they are making getting my medication so difficult. And I did unfortunately have a bit of a blow up with them one day. But that doesn't get me anywhere. You know, they need to understand what they're doing, how it's affecting me, and what we need to do together for me to get to where I need to be. And you'll have more success being respectful than you will being aggressive. And that's not to say sometimes you need to set aside that, that more passive, that more laissez-faire approach. Sometimes you have to, because sometimes people will push and push and push. And you have to push back. But when you do it, I implore you, please, do it respectfully, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to get better results when you do it that way. And I rambled on a bit through this. At the end of the day, don't wait for permission to matter. If you're waiting for that, again, it's like waiting for someone to advocate for you. Until you're willing to do it for yourself, until you're ready to realize that you matter, it's difficult to get to that point by somebody else going and saying, hey, you do matter. And you do. And again, I know that sounds hypocritical, because I'm telling you right now, you do matter. But I could tell you, your wife, your husband, your children, your best friend, your parents, your family, your employer, whoever would tell you that day in and day out. But until you're ready to realize it, the words are going to ring a lot more hollow coming from someone else until they do from you, until you realize that. And if it takes you some time to just sit, process that, that's not wasted time. Don't ever feel like it is. No. Self-reflection is very important. And it's something everybody should be doing. And it's tough. It really is tough. It's tough to look inside yourself and look for your flaws, your successes, your challenges, your adversities, your successes, everything. But at the end of the day, when you've done all that, you've put the homework in and you've done the time, you're going to come to that place. I promise you, you're going to come to that place where you go, I do matter. And I am important. And you might not be important to everybody, but you know what? You are important to yourself. And there are people out there that you are important to. So hang on to those people. Thank you guys so much for coming out today. And like I said, we're going to be back on Thursday. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.